Hey everybody, this is Laird of Garskadden. I'm going to make a reply video to Venom Fang X again and sort of continue off of where I left with the first philosophy of knowledge video that I made. This is basically because I finally logged on to venomfangxsite.com and created an account there. Um, and got to explore a little bit of what he was all about, and I'm hoping to be allowed to to go in and debate or whatever. I see all these atheists out there who are saying that this is all a sham just to stroke his ego, and most likely it is. I'm probably going to get booted off because I don't support Christianity, and and I am not the most popular person on YouTube like Thunderfoot or The Amazing Atheist is. So chances are I'll get booted off because I don't benefit him and I'm only costing him. That's what it is. Thunderfoot and The Amazing Atheist and all those people, they benefit him by attracting people to his site, whereas I don't, and I only put comments up that are thoughtful and therefore contradictory to his. I'm basically trying to disprove him. So I went on there, and that's the long spiel, and scrolled through and went down to one of his to his frequently asked questions, and pertaining to his bit about naturalism, and that's what I commented on. It's where he drew the circle in the snow, and said, "Here's the Earth, and here's the universe outside the Earth," and that naturalists refuse to think outside of their box. And I don't know if I said this in my first video, but that's a pretty poor choice of words. You're drawing a really incorrect picture, and it's a half lie. It really is. You're lying to all of the people who view your videos, and the sad thing is that people actually believe you, Venom Fang X. That's pretty sad. So I went on to your site, and it's like how to disprove atheism, and a critical look at atheism and all of that stuff. Look, he says that naturalism is self-refuting. This is a big point. I didn't get through the whole thing. I'll probably have to make another video because this half of it was all I could take. I really could not go on. It was garbage. But anyway, he says that naturalism is self-refuting because in order to prove that naturalism is true, you'd have to first assume that it was true and then use naturalism to prove naturalism. Obviously, yes, Venom Fang X, this is circular reasoning and illogical and self-refuting. But what you don't understand is that naturalists do not believe that naturalism is absolutely true, at least the ones that I've seen. What they do is assume it's true. That's how all logic works. You have to first start with something that you cannot prove. Alright? And that's called an assumption. It works this way in math. In one form of math, abstract algebra, it's called the well-ordering principle. And this is how you can prove pretty much all of math, and that's saying that any set of positive integers has a smallest element. And from that you can prove all of math. But you can't prove the well-ordering principle. You can't, because you have to start somewhere, and you can't start somewhere and come back and prove what you first started. That's called circular reasoning. Yes. Naturalists, however, do not try to prove that naturalism is true. Alright? Although you say they try, but they don't. They say, let's assume naturalism so that we can observe the universe. Alright? Like I said in my first video, humans have to create this abstract in their heads, okay? So that way we can deal with the universe in a certain way. Naturalists assume, they pull out an abstract in their heads and say, okay, naturalism. I'm only going to believe what I can test, repeat, and observe empirically, and go from there. And you know what? They've produced a lot of useful things. You can't take that away from them. You know, Thunderfoot is right. And the same thing is true for Christians, okay? They have to assume that the Bible is right. You know, they can't use the Bible to prove that the Bible is true. And all this crap, you know, it's stupid. Your argument for refuting naturalism is so dumb. You don't know what the difference is between an assumption is and a logical fallacy, okay? You have to say, I assume this. And from that, you can extrapolate all the things, all right? And naturalists will tell you that, yes, we know it's an assumption, but it's the best assumption we've got. Because, you know, yeah, I only have my five senses. There's this thing called the positive rule, and that's where the simplest answer is the truer answer. The simpler the thing is, the truer it is. So naturalists say, okay, what is the simplest thing that humans have in dealing with the universe? The five senses. Okay, from that, we're going to build this construct and we're going to call it naturalism. And that's where we can test, repeat, and observe things that we see in nature. And we can call it science. And from that, we've done a buttload of things. All right? Now, the Bible, okay, it's not the simplest thing. By the positive rule, it's not as true. It's not, you know, the most basic thing you can do. The most basic thing you can do is the five senses, as far as dealing with the universe goes. So, Venom Fang X, your argument is stupid. It's insulting to all logicians out there, all scholars, you know. We hold our noses. We think it's stupid. It's PU, disgusting, stinky, all right? Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun trying to navigate your site and participating in your debates, I guess. I hope that Thunderfoot rips you a new asshole again for it's got to be like the 70th time. You know, I look forward to his arguments. I'm glad you allowed him onto your site. I wish that you would let everybody on your site, not throw them off. I think people who curse and say derogatory things have points to say, just like you do, even though most of their points are stupid. It's free speech. If you profess free speech, then profess it, okay? You can't pull somebody off because you think that they're saying a stupid argument, all right? That's a facade. We all see through it. So have some free speech, be humble, and let everybody say their piece, all right? This is Laird of Garskadden signing out.